X2 is the worst bus known to man. The X2 is hell, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I'm too far removed, I'm too old to even be prepared for what I'm gonna get on the X2 right now. You don't like people, he's scared to be around that amount of people. And people use different words to try to make it tougher than it is. Black people, we make everything tough. You can be scared of cats and be like, man, I don't fuck with cats. No, you scared of cats for real. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you really not, like, that's our coping mechanism, man. Like, that's all, man. We gonna be alright, though. Trust me, we gonna be alright, bro. As a people, we gotta evolve, man. Hey, whatever we need to do, I'm with y'all. I work for y'all today, man. Okay. I don't mind working.
Who are you? Where are you from? Now, we already asked what do you do. That's the first question.
Okay.
So it's really just who are you from?
My name is Charles Keys. Some people call me Keys Open Doors. Depending on who you talk to, they might call me Chuck. They might call me OG, but born and raised, I'm from uptown Northwest DC. And I'm proud of that. I love it. It's tattooed on my body. It's just something about being from DC that gives you a confidence. And for me, I think uptown has really truly molded me into who I am today. So I'm gonna always big up. What I do is I'm a creative consultant. I am a manager. I'll take that as well. But really, I think I went to school for marketing and communications. So I think my gift in the world is being able to connect the worlds, whether it be through music, whether it's through branding with companies, through brand partnerships, to whatever it may be. I just know how to connect urban culture to corporate culture. And I think I do a really good job at doing that. I've always loved music, but I never wanted to be actually on stage. I always wondered how things were put together. How was that show constructed? How did that brand, why was that commercial made, So a lot of times I'm just really looking at things of how can I create from the architect's standpoint, per se. I don't really want to be the painter, but I kind of like the design of it all, if that makes sense. What inspires me the most is to connect people that look like us. So when I was coming up, I didn't really know I went to school, I didn't really understand what I was going to school for. I think when you're young, people tell you what you should do. So I heard engineer so much, I thought I wanted to be an engineer. And then I realized I don't want to be an engineer, but it takes you looking into yourself to realize, yes, I could have been an engineer, but that's not really what I wanted in life. God will tell you what you're great at. A lot of people just don't listen. You know what I mean? So I think it's more or less what inspires me is to be able to show people that look like us that we can do what we want to do. I think I've been an entrepreneur my entire life and just didn't realize it at that time. So I've always been trying to figure out how I could capitalize. When I was in 5th grade, I was selling tapes, like literally like cassette tapes, or just trying to get people to buy into me. Like if I got an album before somebody else got the album, I literally was the one who would say, I would dub it for you. Then I realized, why am I just dubbing these guys tapes when I can sell it for $2 or $3? So I think subconsciously I've always been an entrepreneur. I just didn't understand what that was. When you work for people, you got to take their shit. I don't care what level of wherever you work. It doesn't matter how great you are. Someone will always find a way to tell you what you aren't doing. I've had a business or different businesses probably since like my early 20s. This is how I'd equate it. I'd be part-time with my business, but then I'm working for someone else. And then you get to a point where you like, I want to work with people. I don't want to work for them. So that's really my biggest thing. Like now, I don't mind working with people. I just don't want to work for them. Let's, more partnerships. More partnerships to me is key. I just want to be able to create things that benefit my people and things that they would understand. And who else better to do it is someone that is from that. I tell people I'm still outside. I still walk the streets. I've always been humble enough to do what needs to be done on a team. If you want me to drop 10 assists, I'm gonna give you 10 assists. But if I gotta get 8 rebounds, I'm gonna give you 8 rebounds. But in that game, I might have to score 20 points. Whatever it needs to be done for us to win, I'm all for doing that. And I think that's what really allowed people to gravitate towards me in business is I'll do whatever it needs to be done to get it done. And I'm the type, I want to learn from every level on the field. So I want to know what the water boy's job is. I want to know what the athletic trainer's job is. I want to know the quarterback's plays. I want to know the coach's audibles. I want to know everything, because if you know everything on the board, you can do everything. You might not be great at it, but you understand it, and then you can find your niche and where you fit in. One obstacle is just believing in you. Like, people say that's easy, but if the world is telling you to go left and you constantly want to go right, not too many people are really going to understand what you want to do in life. And when you don't have a traditional career and you got family and you got people pressuring you on what you should do or what they think you should do, you really just have to have belief in yourself to say, no, this is what I'm going to do. And it takes a lot of sacrifice to do things like that. That's a great question. What I find the most exciting and liberating is the fact that I can create the environment I want to exist in. You know, I always say that. Just to be able to create something from the start to finish and see where it'll go, where it'll take me. Sometimes it takes me very far. Sometimes I need to scrap it and start over. But I think the most liberating thing is be able to do some cool shit that you want to do, and also make money doing cool shit that can benefit other people and help others. I think that's really the most exciting thing about what I do. Most people would not know that I'm really a nice person. I think because I'm serious, but I'm serious in the fact that I'ma always be honest with people, and I think sometimes honesty is a trait that people don't value anymore. So a lot of times they take that as me being mean. I'm never mean. If you know me, like a lot of people do, they'll say they love me. It's just I think I'm focused on what I'm going to do on my path. And it's like those people that meet me in the way of my path, we always have great interactions. But if you assume something negative, you want to assume that anyway, you know? So I always tell people, I look like every dude that someone is literally scared of. I got tattoos, I'm a dark-skinned man with a beard. They already stereotype me from the jump. But at the end of the day, once you get to know me and you know what my plan is, or you know what I'm trying to do, you understand and you get it. But like I said, I'm not really here to be a people pleaser. I'm here to like really motivate the people who really understand what we trying to get to or where we going. I'm gonna always be everyone's biggest fan if they want to pursue something. Everything I'm doing today is setting up my future, even things that I feel like I may have personally failed at. And I don't even like to use the word failure, but sometimes we do fail. You know, we fail in relationships. You might fail at not meeting a deadline. Whatever it may be, it's all a part of your plan. Failures created who I am today. And at the time it seemed like a failure, but at the time it was like a lesson that needed to be learned. I think right now I'm really focused on my family's future because I'm 40 years old now. So it's more or less like I've led 40 years of my life. Now I'm thinking about kids I don't have. What can I do for them? You know, things like that. Making sure my family is okay, my mom is good. Those are things that really matter to me right now. I'm just thinking of everybody else. I believe that the word cancel culture is affecting a lot of us today. And I think a lot of people are scared to say what they really want to say because everyone uses social media. So if I say something that someone doesn't like, someone can repost it and 1 million people now cannot like me, all for having an opinion. So I really feel like we got to understand that everyone has an opinion. I think most of all, we need to understand that just because you having an opinion doesn't mean that it has to be regarded in a positive or negative light. So I think a lot of times now, everyone feels that they can say whatever they want to say, but they have to understand that I may not care what you think about me. That's just how I feel, and vice versa. I think we're we're in a world that we're very sensitive now because of social media, and now you can hide behind an Instagram name and you can say whatever you want, and I don't know anything about your life, so you can talk about me all day, but if I put my life out there to the world, you can just, discredit whatever I'm doing. So I think people need to just get back to like being true to who they are, and it's okay for us not to agree. So I don't like to cancel anybody because I feel like everyone has a reason for their saying, whether I like it or not. And depending on what you believe in or what you are for, it might benefit you. You know what I mean? So whether I like it or not, it may benefit you. It might not benefit me, but to you, that's a positive reinforcement in your life. So you gotta respect it. Be you. Be the authentic you, because that's gonna tell you whether or not this is really for you or not. That's it, be you. And it's gonna tell you some people aren't built for having to sacrifice. It's okay to do whatever you wanna do, but like just believe in you. That's the most important part. I think the be you part is something that people lack these days. Everyone's trying to be somebody else. Just be you. That's enough. You were made for a reason. So, you know what I mean? So you don't have to be Jay-Z. Jay-Z is it. Jay-Z is Jay-Z. Puff is Puff. Whoever you look up to is whoever they are. Be the best you, and that's, I think, you're going to be great at it.